Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, well, I guess you already know what I'm flipping, but this is my NKD new knife day that I had from a couple days ago. That I didn't really want to make an unboxing video on it because pretty much I didn't even film an unboxing, I'm not even gonna lie. But I felt like it was a knife that my thoughts would be very up and down about, which I was right, because my thoughts about this knife since I've got it have changed literally every day. Now it's not like a huge change like, oh, I love it, I hate it, I love it, I hate it. No, it's not like that, but they've just been changing. That's all I'm gonna say. So I didn't film an unboxing video, but I'm glad that I did that because I've spent a good amount of time with it now. It came on Tuesday and it's now Sunday. So, and you can tell I already scratched up the ano, which I did, by the way, so it's fine, I can just re-ano it. But yeah, it came on, what's it called? Sunday. It came on Tuesday, now it's Sunday. So I've spent a decent amount of time with this, and I'm actually wearing a suit right now because I'm about to go to a wedding. So yeah, cool. But yeah, let's talk about the Stitch R that I got. I traded a knife for this. I don't even want to say which knife I traded about it because I'm just gonna get sad talking about it. But ultimately, I am satisfied with the decision I made to trade it because I really like this knife and it's a lot of fun. So first off, this is by Bandage Knives. It's an awesome design that I think it came out maybe 7-8 months ago, maybe something like that, with this design, and immediately I was like, this is totally something I could see myself wanting because I just love the design and I think it looks sick. And from what I've heard about the Stitch V1, yeah, Stitch V1 was it? Yeah, or whatever it was. I felt like I would really like it because, I don't know, people just had a lot of good things to say about it. So one thing to note is when I got this, I'd initially been flipping it with these underlays in, which Zippy Balisong so kindly included in my order because I initially had green ones in this and I did not like that. So I ordered glow-in-the-dark ones. I don't have a UV light to show right now, but it looks sick when you flip in the dark. But anyway, so I had these in it and I've been kind of constantly back and forth switching between without the inlays and with the inlays. And while it does make a difference, I'm still not sure which I like more yet. And I may make a follow-up video, but all you need to know is that it makes a very, very small difference. And also you can't even feel it while you're flipping. So that is one thing to know. But for those of you who are wondering about the weight, let's quickly go ahead and weigh this. I think it's in grams right now. There we go. So without the inlays, and there's no weights in here, by the way. There's no weights in the Zippy spacers. It is 3.907 ounces. And then if you add the inlays on top, let's see how accurate this is going to be. Yeah, that's pretty accurate of what it was before. So it adds 0.01 ounces or something like that, or 0.1 ounces total. So it's nothing major, but it definitely is noticeable. That is one thing to keep in mind. And like I said, I'm still not sure which I like more, but that's important. So Stitch V2, or sorry, this is not the Stitch V2, this is the Stitch R. So the Stitch R is super interesting because it has a great balance and an interesting weight. It is kind of under the weight that I usually enjoy, but I really do like this because the balance and the distribution is really, really nice. So you have these massive cutouts in the handles, which provide a really decent amount of grip, and you're definitely not going to be noticing any lack of grip here because you are pretty much touching those cutouts every time you're flipping, no matter what you're doing. And the blade, obviously, it's gonna help with those fans because it's got a lot of tip weight. It's got a decent you can see it has a decent amount of tip weight right there, and the shape is just very conducive to a Balisong that fans. It's very typical of a Balisong that fans really well. Aerials and rollovers. One thing I have noticed is that I feel like the aerials and rollovers are the rollovers are slightly more sticky with these in. I think that's just because it provides that the extra amount of added handle weight that's distributed throughout the entire handles. So that is one important thing to note. But that's not to say that this doesn't stick really well without the inlays, because it still does. And I really enjoy flipping without the inlays. The inlays do actually add about a bit of how do I describe it? clunkier sound. But honestly, this thing sounds really, really good either way. Like, just take a listen. So this thing just sounds really, really good. And what was I saying? Yeah, so it adds to the sound, but it's nothing like crazy. But yeah, I do prefer the way it flips. Sorry, what am I saying? I prefer the way it rollovers with the inlays, because I feel like it sticks. When I do a rollover with the inlays in, it feels like my finger literally sticks to this top corner of the balisong, where when I don't have the inlays in, I feel like my finger during a rollover, it sort of just automatically travels lower down, which gives me like less to hold on to, if you know what I'm talking about. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's not crazy noticeable. But yeah, oh my gosh, this thing just sounds so good, which is honestly a big reason why I got it. Overall though, this thing is a really, really solid performer. One thing I was afraid of going into like buying this knife is that it would be less of a performance balisong and more of a unique experience, similar to like some Machine Wise stuff. Now hold on before you guys get mad. I'm not saying Machine Wise stuff is not like it's not like they're not good performers, but they are typically known for being more fun and unique rather than like I would say that the Tsunami is a higher performing balisong than the Seraph, but that doesn't make the Seraph any less cool or like any less of like a flipper. It just means like the Seraph does stuff in a more unique way than the Tsunami, where the Tsunami is a lot more standard of like a standard experience in terms of flipping. And I thought that this is what the Stitch was gonna be like, but I am kind of pleasantly surprised because while this is a fun flipper, like, because it is quite long, and I'll show you guys in a comparison in just a second of how long it is. It is quite long, and I would compare it to like a Seraph or like Opus length. It is very, very performant. Like, it performs super well on most tricks. And there isn't one single thing that I was like, I wish it would do better on this, because then I guess you would have to make a trade-off in like some way. And this thing does like everything really well. Like I said, the rollovers have that small thing where if you don't have the inlays in, it feels a little bit less good, I guess. But like in no way or shape I would say that's like a fault of the balisong where like it needs to be fixed. Like, this still rollovers insanely well without like, you can, I don't know if I think sometimes you can just tell on camera when a balisong flips well, and this is one of them. Like, I don't know. And fans, like, you can just imagine how good fans are with this. You can see how well it is. They're like super stable. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know. There's nothing really crazy to say other than the fact that, like, yes, I wasn't sure how much I liked it at first, but now, like, although my thoughts are still changing about it, I definitely can say that it exceeded my expectations flipping wise. And I don't think I will be getting rid of this thing anytime soon, just because it looks so nice, it's so unique, and it's super performant as well. But like I said, which is one of the things I was worried about initially, that it wouldn't be that great a performer, but it definitely is. And that design is just really cool. And I love the X's. The X's are so cool. This is a Stitch R, not a Stitch V2. So I think, I'm pretty sure the Stitch R's are discontinued, but based off the looks alone, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know much about the Stitch V2. Based on the looks alone, it looks like it would be a pretty similar experience, maybe just a bit more refined. So I definitely would recommend this, because I believe this retails for $450. For what you're getting, the customizability with the zippy weights. Oh, I have tried the zippy weights, by the way, so I can talk about that a little bit. But for what you're getting with the customizability in terms of, you can change these to pretty much any color that Zippy has on his website, which he has a lot. The spacers, the design, the build quality, the handles are really, really nice feeling in the hand, like super smooth, and like kind of like, they're like not too rectangular. Like, I know they look it, but it doesn't feel like that in hand, to be honest. And then the blade, I mean, you're just getting good quality materials. I think it's VG10, which I'm pretty sure is pretty good.
You're getting good quality materials with good build, and the brand is pretty cool. I definitely would pay $450 for this. This is a really cool thing. Oh, so let's talk about the Zippy weights. So the Zippy weights, they add a significant when you put them in, you definitely notice. But I think Ethan in his blade bias video, he mentioned this as well, that they just, I mean, it's what you would expect, is that they just add a bunch of end weight, and it just makes for an extremely end weighted balisong, which this doesn't really need. This has enough end weight. The distribution is fine as it is. So I can see if you wanted that in your preferences, like if you prefer like a even more end weighted balisong, that could definitely, the Zippy like weights could definitely help, but I don't think it needs it, to be honest. I think it's perfectly fine without it. Although it makes for an interesting flipping experience for sure. I think I'm just looping the same combo over and over again. But yeah. This thing is super, super fun, and it looks really great in this color. I don't know what finish Bandage had on its stock, but whatever it was made it super, super hard to anodize. Like I had to refinish the handles a bunch, so I don't know what it was, but it was a cool finish. I'm not gonna lie. It just makes it hard to anodize. But yeah, I love this thing. Like I absolutely love it. It looks amazing, flips amazing. Can't really ask for more, to be honest. I wouldn't call it a grail, but actually, I don't know. This could definitely be a grail. Kind of just, I don't know what I'm doing in terms of flipping today, but yeah. This is the Stitch R, and pretty cool knife. Would definitely recommend if you can get your hands on one of these for a decent price. I don't know if I'd pay above retail, but just listen to how this thing sounds. I don't think I have much else to say. Besides that, I really, really, really enjoy this knife. Maybe it might make a follow-up video, but I'm not sure. Just depends if my thoughts change a bit more. Oh, I was gonna show you guys the length before I end the video. What would be a good thing to show as a unit of comparison? Maybe my Hydro. I don't know. Hydro is short and this guy's super long, so. So if we line up the bottom of the handles, you can see the handles are significant. I would say this is Kraken length, and then the blade is also long as well. Although the Hydro blade might be the same length. No, it's still even shorter. So overall, it is a pretty long boy. And that's not something that's usually my preference. I do prefer like mid-length, but this I do not mind because I think it's cool. What am I doing? Oh, and it's factory false edge. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching my incohesive ramble. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.